1 Samuel chapter 16. Searched all over. Give y'all time to find it. Couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low. Still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater. Nobody greater. Nobody greater than you. 16 verse 13. Searched all over. Couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low. Still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater. Nobody greater, Lord. Nobody greater than you. All right. 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 13.
Then Samuel took the horn of oil
Go ahead.
and anointed him in the midst of his brothers.
Hey, that's something. Something when God can do it in the midst of people that told you that it would never ever happen. Have you ever been there before? Okay, go ahead.
And the Spirit of the Lord came upon David
The Spirit of the Lord. Yes.
from that day forth.
From that day forward. Somebody shout that day forward.
That day forth.
Let me stop right here and prophesy over this house. From this day forward, I prophesy that every stumbling block that has been hindering you for the past 3 years is getting ready to be removed in Jesus' name. I'm talking about settlements, because see, some of y'all ain't even got y'all stimulus check yet. But I prophesy right now in the name of Jesus that you not only get ready to get what they owe you, but you get ready to have to double it in Jesus' name. And he says, from that day forward. What did he say after that day forward?
So Samuel rose up and went unto Wright. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul,
Yes, indeed.
and the evil spirit from the Lord troubled him.
Okay, that's all I want. Really just going to deal with verse 13. That's all I want. You may be seated if you're standing, but just for the next few moments, I just want to talk to you about I'm not the one they want. No, see, y'all missed it. I'm not the one that they wanted. And you can sit here and be quiet all you want to, but it ain't nothing for me to go back to Little Rock, Arkansas. Because Delta Airlines and Southwest is still open. I am not the one they want. Apostle Sacco, holler at me, player, because I'm not the one they want. Let me stop right here, because I know this is being recorded, and I really could care less, because I'm just bold, like that's just who I am, that's my nature. But let me stop right here and say, for everybody that counted you out, I know it don't look good right now, but let me be the first to tell you that double is on the way. And the Egyptians that you see today, just let me talk to them. The Egyptians you see today, put on your shoes, because you are not getting ready to see them no more. I'm sitting back in the office, and while I'm sitting back in the office, I'm asking God, what is it that you would have me to say? And he brought me, and he sent me in your car. I don't know if it was earlier this week or last week. It was tapping the steering wheel. And you were saying, God, I don't understand. I thought you said that this is what was supposed to, I've done everything that you asked me to do. Now why is it that I feel like all hell has conquered and entered into church, you're going to have to either move and find another building or somebody going to have to expand. And for the two people in here that's rolling your eyes, please stop before I come get you. I saw you in the spirit, literally. And I'm not the prophet to play with. Matter of fact, watch this. While I'm in it and while listen, I prophesied that if the White House don't do nothing about what's going on at the border in Texas, they get ready to start dying one by one. If you don't believe me, I was with Apostle Wright December the 8th of 2020. I prophesied literally what would happen in a month, in a few days. I said that they would literally start dying up on Capitol Hill at the White House. My phone started blowing up. I don't know if it was January the 16th. It was 4 days before the ignorant man got kicked out of the White House. But people were shot, people were killed, and people remembered the prophecy that I sat in after service, sat in a chair and said, June 15th, what was this, 2019? When did they elect the president? This year? When did they have the presidential election last year, right? So, June 15th, 2020. We're at Jesus Christ Prayer Man, and I stopped before I started preaching saying, Joe Biden will be the next president. Now, this is before it even happens. I stood boldly on what I said. Even though it looked like Trump was going to win, I was still laughing. Because I already knew. And all of a sudden, there was a lead change. And then 30 minutes later, they said Joe Biden has one president. I looked at Apostle Wright and I just smiled. Phone was just, what am I saying? If you got enough faith to believe what it said tonight, I promise you every dry place in your life is getting ready to flow with rivers of living waters. I don't have nothing for you but Bible. That's all I got. Pound for pound, that's all I got. I'm talking about sitting at a man by the name of Michael because I sit at his feet because of the teaching that you have found. That's teaching like you don't find no other place. So I'm able to go pound for pound with just about anybody that you can. I mean, I can sit down and have a conversation with people and not be illiterate or be embarrassed. But the word will not have you embarrassed. This is what you gotta be in a Bible-based church where you don't get me wrong. It's nothing wrong with worship. It's nothing wrong with shouting. I love the worship, I love the shout, I can do it with the best of them. But at the end of the day, what's gonna keep you is the word. I went through a state of depression when I first lost my sight, didn't have no word. Trying to take my own life. But that's because even though I was brought up in church, you can be in church and not have it in you. What I'm saying is you can read it, but it not be in you. But it's something about when you get this word deep down in the inside. The old saint says something on the inside. That's working on the outside. Y'all don't play with me because I promise you I'll take off running. So, I'm not the one they wanted. Let's get down to business. Here we have David. Samuel is writing about David. And now they need a new king. So Samuel went down to Jesse's house. He's down at Jesse's house. While he's down here, he tells Jesse, I come down here to anoint one of your sons as king. So he takes the horn of oil, pours it on one hand, doesn't flow. Pours it on another hand and it doesn't flow. Pours it on another one's hand and it doesn't flow. So now we have an issue because they poured it on 6 of them. They poured it on all the sons that was in the house. Oil doesn't flow. So now Samuel is baffled because he doesn't understand what's going on. Now watch this. You ask me, why am I not the one they want? A lot of you in here can raise your hand and say, Prophet, I know you're right. Because I'm not the one they wanted. They never wanted to pick you because they felt like you wasn't good enough. Watch this. Here we have David who is out in the back with sheep and all the wool that they have, and he's tending to the sheep because that's who he is and that's what his nature is, to be king. He's a shepherd boy. But the Bible, when you really look and see what it's saying about David, it says that David is a little ruddy, little ugly boy. And, you know, he got dirt all over his face and he's real skinny and he just not good looking. And you know, and don't get me wrong, because a lot of you in here would say, you know, I don't want to date nobody ugly, and I need me a handsome man if I go lay down and make me any kind of babies, or I need me a hot yellow woman if I'm going to do anything, or if I'm going to put a, but you better be careful about what you look at on the outside, because it ain't about what's always on the outside. It's about if your heart is right. And so the Bible is declaring that David is this little ugly boy that they deem not to be like the ones that are in the house, because all the ones that are in the house, they're tall, they're broad shoulders, they're good in stature, they look like a king, they walk like a king, they talk like a king. But God has this conversation with Samuel in verse 7, and he's telling Samuel in verse 7 that you, hey, as my prophet, I need you to look a little bit deeper, because you're looking on the outside, but I don't look at the outside. I look at the countenance and what's on the inside. This is what I want to tell you. You're looking at David, and David is not what you would deem to be necessary as a king. But wait a minute, hold on. Wait, look at Samson. Now you think that Samson was this big, strong guy with bulging muscles, and he had this just, oh my God, long hair that would just make you stop and stare and dazzle. But if you look at what the Bible says, Samson was really a Nazarite. He had a diet of fish and honey and shrimp. He was skinny. He wasn't as big and muscle like you thought he was, or like they betrayed him to be. But how many of you know that when you got God, it doesn't matter what bothers you, or it doesn't matter what comes up against you? When you got God on your side, hold on to your church, when you got God on your side, there is no devil in hell that can stop what you're doing, because God said, if he be for you, then who can be against you? Do I got anybody in here tonight that'll agree with me that, Prophet, I've been through some things. I know that the bank counted me out. I know they told me I wasn't going to get the loan. I know they told me I couldn't start school. I know that they told me my marriage wouldn't work. I know they told me I would never get married again. I know they told me I would never see again. I know they told me I would never walk again. Am I ministering to somebody in here? I know they told you that you would never ever make it. But no, I got in here. Do I got some saints that have said, I don't care what you say, but to hell with what you say, because if God be for me, who can be against me? He takes my good, my bad, and my ugly. He puts it in a mixing bowl. He mixes it all together, and he came up with Romans 8 and 28. For all things work together for their So much, and he's ugly, and he's went through some things, and he done been down in the red light district playing too long, and so now he done got in trouble. But there's something about when God comes upon you, the Spirit of God comes upon you. He killed more than anybody when he was getting ready to die than he did when he was alive. And I want to stop right here and say, I know your old man did a whole lot, but I want to tell you tonight that your spiritual man, your new man is getting ready to do more than what you ever thought that you could do. All you got to do is walk by faith and not by sight. And I'm telling you tonight, there are some things that's getting ready to break in this place. I know some of you came to be nosy. Yeah, I'm blind, but I can see in the spirit. But I'll let you next year when I get my sight back, when I get up off the operating table. But I want to tell you tonight, I know you're not the one that they wanted, but you're the one that God. So now Samuel is having a conversation with Jesse. And Jesse, he says, I can't leave here because I know God told me to come. He says, is there anybody else? Is there another one? And Jesse said, well, yeah, it's another one, but he ain't about the ones that I had these by. You know, Jesse got a little tipsy one night and went to a place he shouldn't have had it. Messed around with a woman he shouldn't have messed around with and got David. He says, yeah, I believe the bastard child is out back. They go outside and they get David and they bring David in, and Samuel stands and he looks at David and he looks at the horn of oil and he grabs the horn of oil and he begins to pour it over David's head. While he's pouring it over David's head, the oil begins to flow. When they begin to flow, you just picture it. David, his brother sitting around looking, and the oil is pouring over David's head, but it wouldn't flow over nobody else's head. I stopped here tonight to tell you that God has purposely chosen you in this season to go through what you're going through. He purposely asked Satan, have you considered Job? Apostle Safford, that's why you're going through what you're going through. Because there is a bet on the table. And Satan told God, I can make him give up. And if you just take your hedge from around him. God said, okay, Satan, watch this. You can do everything you want to do to him. You just can't kill him. And I want you to know, Apostle Safford, that you're getting ready to have a Job chapter 42 experience. When the revolving door of blessings are getting ready to rest over your head. I want you to know that you're getting ready to get double for your portion. Let me stop right here and prophesy to everybody else in here. I know they walked out on you. And I know they didn't give two rats a care about you. There was a quote that said that if you tell 20% about your problems, they really don't care. The other 80%, you really don't matter to them at all. This is what I want you to know. You matter to God. And so everybody else walked out on you was because God was trusting you to hold on to your faith. And let me stop right here and tell you this. I know they walked out on you. And I know it doesn't feel good. And I know you find yourself crying. And I know you find yourself wanting that circle. But God told me to tell you that he had to subtract some people in order to protect you. But in this upcoming season, he's going to add some people to bless you. If you're sitting next to somebody, ain't no COVID in here. The prophet already prayed. So you coming in here, let's just have church. You're sitting next to somebody, let's have a greater works woman back in Little Rock. Slap the wig off your neighbor's head and tell your neighbor, I know they walked out on me, but God is getting ready to add some people that's getting ready to bless me abundantly above all some children. Who would want to? You know, feel like I'm a charity case. That's what people say when they look at me. He's a charity case. I got to take care of him. But what they don't realize is I take care of people. People who say I have to take care of them, in return have to turn around and say nobody has to take care of him. He travels by himself. He's protected because God's hand is upon his life. He takes care of his children. He doesn't have to ask nobody for nothing. Well, I mean, what? I'm not the one that they wanted, but what they failed to realize was Apostle Wright, that they was getting ready to walk out on a multi-millionaire. And I'm getting ready in this season to move from the place that I'm in now. And I'm getting ready to be a multi-millionaire in the next 2 years. And that's because I'm not the one that they wanted, but I'm the one that God wanted. I held on to my faith. When nobody was there, I still cried. I prayed when I didn't feel like praying. I went to prayer meeting when I didn't feel like going. I'm on my face at 5:30 in the morning when people are laughing at me because they found out the circumstance I was in and what I was going through. They laughed at me, not knowing that God was going to turn around and indeed bless me. God will hit me in this place. And the same thing that happens to me is the same thing that's happening to you. You're going to make it. You're going to be somebody. You're going to overcome this. You're going to make it through. You just hold on. For this battle is not yours. But look at your neighbor and say, it's the Lord. So he has the oil that's poured on him now, and getting ready to leave you with 3 points, and I'm getting out of here. I told you I wouldn't be long. And the first thing is, no faith, no fight. You better learn how to have some faith in this season. People was looking at me, talking about, you're not going to wear a mask. Nope. You're not going to get no shot. Nope. I mean, I had to get it now because that's just what, our leader declared, because, for the safety of people, so I wouldn't be disobedient. I went ahead and did what I need to do. But if it would have just been left up to me, I wouldn't have got it. Now, by all means necessary, if you have the health conditions, do what you do in order to be protected. Nobody's judging you for that. But I'm sick and tired of saints that'll fight somebody because somebody said something wrong to you, but you ain't got enough faith that'll believe God will keep you through a virus. You can frown your nose up when somebody says something you don't like, but a virus got you running up a wall and you won't even come to church. I'm sick and tired of saints who have no faith and they don't have no fight. You big and bad everywhere else, but when trouble comes knocks on your door, you crawl up in your shell like a little hermit. No, God is looking for some soldiers in this season that'll say, I don't care. I'm still going to keep praising him. I'm still going to keep going through because it's my praise that's going to bring me out. Don't come in my personal space. Now, baby, fuck that. I want you in my personal space. I'm sick and tired. Listen, I really just don't even care no more. But I need some people in this season that's really going to give God the glory. Because if it had not been for the Lord who was on your side, it wasn't you fighting with your hands, and it wasn't you with your intelligence, but somewhere you had faith enough for God to get you through. Talking about let me pray for you. No, you come up here and let me lay hands on you. David goes down you're talking about David goes down, you know the story, goes down, Goliath is taunting the people. While he's down there taunting the people, Jesse told David, he says, take them peanut butter jelly sandwiches down there to your brother there. Feed them while they're in their fight. So David says, okay. So he takes them down there. Everybody is huddled and curled up and scared because of Goliath is taunting them. I know some of you got some giants in your life, but I prophesy that when you put your faith to work tonight, giants do fall. David in return asked Samuel, he says, what does the man get who kills Goliath? So Saul in return tells him, and David puts on Saul's stuff, realizes it's too big. David said, forget this. Let me be myself. So he picks up a few stones along with this little slingshot. And I'm wondering what David is going to do with this. How many of you know that little is big in God's hands? When you operate in faith, it's nothing that's big that's in front of you that can keep you from getting to your destiny. I know that there are some giants in your life to keep you from reaching your destiny. They're called destiny killers. But I prophesy in this place tonight that every destiny killer that stands before you is getting ready to fall tonight. Say, I receive it. So point number one is no faith, no fight. Then number two, it says rejection to selection. Now notice this. In the text, David is out back. He's rejected because he's deemed to be the bastard child. So he's rejected, he's put out back. He's not allowed to be in front with all the other boys. This is what I want to tell you in this season. I know that you've been rejected. I know that they talked about you behind your back. I know that they did things that was unnecessary. But let me tell you this. You better be careful who you reject. Because when you reject, you better know that 9 times out of 10, that's God selected. So that's why I had to wipe my tears when they rejected me. I had to wipe my tears when they didn't understand me. I had to wipe my tears when I was going through. Because when I am rejected, I am then selected. Look at your neighbor and say, they rejected me, but God selected me. And I want you to know that you've been selected tonight to do a great work. You've been selected tonight to be the one in your family that's going to bring everybody out. You've been selected to be number one in your family that's going to graduate from college with a PhD. You're going to be number one in your family that has been selected to be the prophetess. You're going to be the number one selected in your family to be the prophet and the apostle. You're going to be the number one in your